Hi, how y'all doing? April the 20th, 2025, 420, right? Which is different. You know, they made the calendar exactly so that Esther, pagan holiday, all kinds of stuff, right? It goes back to ancient times. And so it would fall the closest to the 22nd of April. I just thought that was an interesting fact, right? But yeah, weird, right? Smoke some hash so my mind's in a different mind or frame of mind. We'll get back to the weather. Here in Ontario, Canada, the sky is blue with weird clouds in it. I was sure I seen cloak ships in the rise, right? The way they were in the clouds, right? Because it was white and then it broke up. This great big low, super low cloud, right? Moved off. It took a while. And then all these smaller clouds with the black in the middle of it showed up, right? And then the sky was blue for a while, and then it was just one cloud in the middle of the sky, right? I was like, where'd you come from? Stuff like that. And watching a video of last night's sky, right? All the ships zooming around, right? I was like, what are they doing? Where are they going? They're supposed to be just observing, right? I don't know. It's weird, right? I'm not afraid. It's just weird. So yeah. Schuman was 40 yesterday. So it's not posted yet today, but I'm feeling it's lower than that. The energy's changed somewhat. My ankles and my feet, my knees, my legs aren't as icky as they were yesterday, or the last couple of days actually, right? So yeah, I slept good. My son's cat woke me up in the rise. As soon as I woke up, she jumped on my bed and walked across me, started meowing at me. All right. She wanted me to go give her food. But she's never jumped on my bed before. That's different. So, you know, the little flock of small birds zoomed by the sky. Not sure what they were. Maybe barn swallows, maybe chickadees. They were in a little flock. I was like, cool. That's the sign of spring, right? We're waiting for the buds to pop out up on the tree here, on the branches, but they haven't come yet. But they will. The grass is turning green. The birds are singing in the rise. Not a lot, but a few. So the frequency of the birds' chirp, of their song, wakes up the leaves, right? The buds. But anyway, I was watching a video today and it resonated with me. It's not nice, but I'll share it. Right? You know, remember if you're my age, remember they had missing children on milk cartons all the time, right? In the United States and stuff like that. And then right after that, you got around the same time, shortly, you know, or after that, they had the actors do commercials with a milk mustache saying, "Got milk? Got milk?" You know what it was, right? The child trafficking. Symbolism. They like their symbolism, right? But that's a long story, too, why that's a thing. It's so weird. I've been getting downloaded all day, right? So I'm probably not going to make a heck of a lot of sense. Something I've been noticing the last week, I've been going out, too. When I go to the store, stuff like week or 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, I'd say. When I go to the store, men are being very courteous towards me, right? It's just freaking me out. Other men, probably younger than me, around my age, maybe older than me, right? I was walking across the street out of my truck, going across the road to go to the park or to the parking lot, right? And to get up on the sidewalk to walk into the grocery store. And a man was walking down the street on that side, right? And I didn't think anything of it. I walked across the street And the man stopped, right? And waited for me to get on the sidewalk, right? You know what I mean? And let me go first. He could have made it. I just thought that was different. But then it's been happening everywhere I go, right? When I was at the chiropractor the other day, they have a couple of these big lazy boys, right? That'll sit you up to or stand you up to get you out of the chair. They're remote control, right? And I sit in them because it helps my lumbar. It's got all these different positions on it, right? You can move it, right? I don't know how else to explain it. It's motorized. So I looked at, there was a few people in there, man and a couple of women, and there was one hard chair left, and there were the two lazy boys, and the one lazy boy was up, and I was like, what's up with this, right? And the receptionist says, oh, I think she has them unplugged. Talked about the chiropractor's wife, right? And I was like, oh, I wonder why that is. And I sat in one that was beside that, but it was unplugged, right? And I was like, I'll just sit here, and it's blocked everybody out, because the other chair's up. The lady leans back and she goes, you got your own little private, seating area. And I went, yeah, right? And then the next thing I know, the man starts looking for the cord and plugs it in. He goes, there, it's plugged in now, right? I said, which one? He goes, that one, the one that was standing up. So I used it, right? And I was like, thank you, sir. Do you know? And then yesterday when I went to the store, a man was coming out as I was leaving, right? But he had the door open and he was already stepping out. And I walked up to the door and he turned around and he went, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, what for? And he says, I should have held the door open for you, right? And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't be sorry. That's what I always say to everybody when they say I'm sorry. I say, don't be sorry, right? This does no good for me, right? Just means you're going to do it again, right? They don't know how to apologize. But yeah, I thought, what's up with that? Why are men being that way? And then I was remembering in the astrology, it was saying that the divine masculine is more balanced than it's coming out, right? Because we both got masculine and feminine in us, right? But it's more chivalrous, right? That's one of their qualities. Just thinking, this weird thoughts. Trying to put everything's a synchronicity in a code, and that's what I'm trying to do, put it together. So yeah. I was watching this young man on YouTube. I can't remember, Ari and the something, right? ARI, right? And he's got a beat, what do you call them? A musical board in front of him, right? And it straps onto him. He's got speakers and all this. He's got a guy that videos him, right? He's got the headphone with the mic, and he just walks the streets of New York City and does his beats, right? He's a rapper too, right? He's a Caucasian. And so he comes along, he comes up to people, right? If they show an interest, and he gets them to rap. He makes a song for them, right? He'll throw down a beat and get them to do the rap, right? I found it very interesting. There's a lot of talented people, right? And like they're just people walking down the street, and there was two men that were doing it, and I was getting codes from it, right? It was just like, wow, it's like the universe was talking to me through these guys, right? Through their lyrics. I thought that was different. But I suppose it's the time we're in, isn't it? How's your Ascension symptoms today? The back of my skull, at the top of my neck, right? In the middle of my spine, across from my heart chakra, are icky. Other than that, not too bad. Right? My teeth aren't hurting. Still got a little tiny bit of a headache. My third eye is. But yeah, not as bad as it was yesterday. That's why I'm thinking the Schuman must be down. We're just going to give us a little rest for a little bit. Let's charge back up. I don't know. Mother's heartbeat. Right? That's what the Schuman is. Mother's heartbeat. All right. That's enough of me. I'm going to go down and make myself something for dinner. My son will be home later. I'm not cooking for him tonight. I'll cook for him tomorrow. So yeah. It's nice to see part of the blue sky though. Just got all these white wispy clouds, right? You can't really make out their shape. They're kind of just blurred through the sky. Different. Okay. Every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day I raise my frequency higher than the day before. Every day I am happier than the day before. I'm healthier than the day before. I love you all, see consciousness. Enjoy this later day. Okay? Okay. Bye.